Hello everyone, thanks for watching Finance Lingo channel. It's Roland here back again. In this video, this time I'll be teaching you some candlesticks analysis. This presentation is provided to you for general information only and does not constitute a recommendation to subscribe or purchase any shares or investment product mentioned herein. Alright, so today we are going to teach you on candlesticks and the basics of candlesticks analysis. So let's get to the basics. Okay, so in the candlestick analysis, we start with learning what is candlesticks. Basically, it's called candlestick because it looks like candles. So for investors, generally, you will actually want to look for a possibility of a green candle whereby the share price actually goes right up. So in this green candles here, actually what it means is that in most cases, the green candles actually mean that the open prices and the closing prices is here. So but this is the most common form of candlesticks, but of course later on I'm going to deviate what I mentioned here slightly. So for in most cases, the candlesticks green actually means that it closed higher that day. So as for the red, it actually went down lower that day. So what we have here on the lower tails, I call this lower shadow. Okay, this is a standard definition of what people call candlesticks. So over here is the lower shadow. So it just actually indicate that actually there's some supporters of these shares trying to buy up these shares, which causes this lower shadow to happen. And similarly for this upper shadow here, alright, it means that actually there's some resistance. Someone actually want to sell the shares at lower prices because they think that the share price may not go higher. So this is what it means, the lower upper shadows for the green candle. So as for the red candle, it means actually the share price went lower. So what we have here, it means this is the lower shadow. Alright, so and similarly the upper shadows are represented over here. So the main candle here, we call this the body. This is quite important. Some analysis actually call this the soldier of a green candle, the red soldier, trying to fight back the share price and preventing it from going up. So this is the highest point of the share, that the share price that have went, and the lowest point for the share price that it have went. So each candle can represent one day, 1 week, or sometimes even 1 month, depending on how you want to analyze it. So alright, this is just the basics. So as for the what I'm teaching here is the very commonly known basics, but later on I'm going to teach you a little more in depth because I realize times have changed and there's more methods of analysis using candlesticks. So apart from the red, everything will remain constant, but for the green there is a change in what the industry have been using. So so what's going on here is I'm going to show you next is this is what I have been using, this form of candlesticks. So I'm going to show what I have here. Okay, so this is what I've been using, this form of candlesticks. So some programs, some platform actually let you toggle between two different form of analysis. So I realized that the platform that I'm using this poems to do my investments and tradings as well. So I realized that there's much difference here. So as well as I received a lot of inquiries of what's the difference between this various form of candlestick and what it means. So here it is, and that's what it means. So in most cases, I realized that actually this green candle actually evolved. So this is now the standard form of use of candlesticks in my analysis, which I like it, and I have made quite a good decent profit using this form of analysis. So I mean here similarly, this one means that the opening price at 9 AM of these trading prices in Singapore time, it opens over around here this time, and it closed around then the stock market closed at 5 PM, actually closed around this price. Similarly, the upper shadow, it means there's some resistance, and lower shadow here, it means there's some support. So but as for this green candles here, there was a slight deviation from the original old version of candlestick analysis. So it means that in this green candle here, which is filled with the green color, and alright, it means that it actually went lower. But why in this case is it the green? Well, actually mean that because of the closing price is still higher than yesterday, is as such is still a green candle. So in this column and this green column, it means that the closing price actually is greater than yesterday. So it's kind of maybe confusing to some investors, but I would like to call this this candle end of bull candle. So because I noticed that each time when the stock prices go rally up, then you see this form of candle, you need to be very cautious. Might not need to decide if you want to take a victory, take the profits and go off and enter at a later price. So this is the green candle. Investors need to be aware. Okay, so similarly for red candle, all right, so what you have here is the, okay, what I have here at the lower right hand column is a traditional red candle. There's no change. It just means that open prices is high and the close or lower price for that trading day. All right, so but so what's the differences? So now I realize that actually there's this red candle here which is hollow red. All right, it means that yes, the closing price is lower than yesterday, but no doubt it's closed lower, but instead of closing it closed lower, but that trading day is low, the share price actually went up. Well, this closing price is still lower than yesterday, which as such is still remain a red. So in each of these candles, these four candles, each candles is trying to tell you that this uh, share price comprises of information compared with yesterday and today. So there's two dimension information here. So do take note. So if it's a red, it just means that the closing price is lower than yesterday, and the green is more, the closing price is higher than yesterday. So and as for this hollow, it means that the share price actually went higher, and when it's filled, actually it means the share price actually went lower. So this is a form of a simple 2D matrix here. So this is the form candlestick that I've been using recently, and I think it's pretty accurate, so I really love it. But nonetheless, it doesn't guarantee you that this form analysis will work, but nonetheless I'm using it and I'm working fine. So alright, so apart from that, I will also need to teach you on this form of candlestick. So this is what analysis always how we actually combine different candlestick and form it into one candlesticks. So for in this instance, we call this this red candle here a bearish engulfing candle, which means that this red candle actually is the share price open and crash down on that day, and this red candle here fully engulf the previous day of green candle. So when you combine these two candlesticks, you will realize that it opened here, opened at this price here, and it actually closed at this lower price. So it went up at this high and it came all the way crashing down. So when I combine these two candlesticks, it actually equal to this form of candlesticks, which is the filled green candlesticks, which is not very attractive. So some people will call it falling stars. So this is a candlestick which is telling you that the share price is going to come down pretty soon, because there's a lot of resistance on the upsides. All right. So now on this bullish engulfing candles here, it means that this uh, hollow green candle actually engulfed the previous day of a red candle. As what you see here, the green candle here is much lot taller than this red candles over here. So when you combine these two candles up, you will form up on this candlestick, which is a hollow red, which is pretty attractive. Remember I said earlier, this is a form of an end of bear candle, so it's pretty attractive. Much later on, I'm going to show you a real example of a stock I recently buy. Okay, so this remember when you combine maybe 5 candles, you actually give you a weekly candle, and combine 20 days candles, it gives you a monthly candle. So this is the way we actually some traders we actually compare the candlesticks. So of course there's bar candlesticks as well, but I prefer this normal form of candlesticks. So as an investor, you probably always want to be enter at this kind of candles, and want to take profit at this kind of candles. Alright, so this is the basic form of candlesticks, but nonetheless I do have some people who still have difficulty understanding these basics. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to teach you this form of candlesticks to help you visualize what's going on. So in simplicity, I'm trying to say that when you see this form of candles, they actually open and close, at the share price actually trying to come down. So you need to be careful. When you see this kind of red candles over here, it actually means that the share price is trying to reverse back, so open and close, whereas the closing price is still lower than yesterday, which as such is red color, but nonetheless it's trying to fight back. So as what we see, this is what happened here. So on this green candles over here, it's open and closed. This means there's some bullish strength over here, the share price is trying to rise significantly. Alright, as shown over here, the demonstration here. Alright, it's trying to go up, the share price trying to go up. So when this form of green candles happen, it actually means that this time there's some resistance over here. That's why it's coming down. Right, but of course this I need to reiterate that it's not guaranteed, but I like this form of analysis. So having why it is green because the closing price is still higher than yesterday, but no doubt that the share price actually went down here, so which as such is give you this form of green. But nonetheless, this closing price is still higher than the yesterday closing price. So do take note. So it just indicates some form of resistance is forming up. All right. So now I'm going to show you real life of okay, this is a Poems 2 platform which I have been using. So I'm going to show you this how to see the analysis. So what you do after you log into Poems 2, you just do a right click and do a chart live, and you see something like that. Alright, and you see something like that. Alright, so I've actually prepared this in advance. So okay, so let's come back to here. So remember earlier when I said, alright, this is for red candles, the share price coming down. All this is just, this share price is coming down, share price coming down. All these red candles, this the share price is coming down. So but also don't forget that. Remember, I noted when this form of candle happens, there's some form of fighting back, or I say end of bear candle happens. So when this form of candles, I'm very I tend to be very alert. You know, could this be a good buy signal? So but you probably want to wait for a while. So as what you see here, there happened another candles over here. End of bear candle happens again over here at this Poems 2 charting tool, which I love it. So true enough, the next few days the share price did go up. So as well, you come back here in this September 15 or 16, there's two end of bear candles happening over here, so which is very attractive. So so that's what you can see. The end of the share price did came down, and apparently subsequently the next few days the share price did go up. Of course, it never went up a lot, but it went up by about 4% for the next 2 weeks. So as what you can see, this is a sign of a reversal, but of course not guaranteed like this one here. The share price did continue to go down, but it does give you a pretty good signal. And similarly, but here I'll usually take the one at the top when the share price at rise as a false signal. This is no nonsense. Someone is trying to play a fool over here to me. Alright. So similarly, when we look at this green candles, there's sign of strength going go back up, push the share price go back up. As what you see here, the share price did rose significantly. So as you can see that all this green candle means the share price is going up. But nonetheless, for this share price, I did invested, but I'm going to have a long time. I'm not looking for 3% gain or whatsoever. I'm looking maybe 5% gain. I'll take profit because I know that this share is pretty low risk. But nonetheless, looking at the short term, maybe the next 2 weeks, look at the share price. Quite disappointing because this form of end of bear candle is forming up. It's just a little disappointing because my target was around here. But nonetheless, it's okay for me to kill because I'm using a CPF to invest in this share. So not a big concern, but because I actually entered a pretty good price around here, because that day I actually saw some of these candles forming very beautifully, and true enough, this thing happens. So this is a real example of how you do analysis. So, but of course, there's more details to it. I'll teach you guys on another day. So hope you guys enjoy. So if you do have any question, do not be shy to email to me. Alright, so we've come to the end of this video. Nonetheless, I do want to mention to you guys that this candlestick analysis is not well covered in the university. So similarly, I went to the universities. This is just a kind of one-page topic or maybe a one-paragraph topic which is covered in statistics. So I'm not certain if your universities does teach them in detail, but one thing I for sure, even the graduates I spoke to, none of them did come up with details on how to analysis, and quite disappointing that a lot of investment major student doesn't even know this. Quite disappointing thing. So I hope that this thing will be covered in the university soon. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy this video. So we've come to the end of this video, and if you have any question, you can just email to me at rolandpaybk@philip.com.sg. If you do not have any trading account or to invest in Singapore shares, you can also give me a call or drop me an email. This is my office number. On and off, I may be in the office, and I'll be out of the office to do some road shows. Alright. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bye bye.